Hello, everyone, and welcome to our fall premiere episode at Officially Unofficial. And what a better way than to open up with this amazing topic of volunteerism. Community building through volunteerism. How do we build a community? The benefits of volunteering, and how to find an organization that is going to support our values. These are the topics that we're going to be discussing today. For those of you who are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Ana Gil, and I am a headshots photographer and host and video producer for Officially Unofficial TV. My panel today is amazing, but you guys have any questions and you guys want to know how to be a guest on our show, you can send me an email at OfficiallyUnofficialtv@gmail.com and we will consider it. Now, without further ado, let me introduce you to my co-host for today, Michela Hugo. Hi, Michela.
Hi, I forgot to unmute. Sorry.
Hey, how are you?
Great. How are you? Thanks for having me.
Of course, Michela Hugo. She is the founder of CNY Diaper Bank. Michela, please share your background with us.
So I was actually an elementary school teacher. Before I became a mom, I was teaching. I actually learned about diaper need back then. I was watching the Today Show getting ready for work, and I heard about a diaper bank called Baby Buggy in New York City, and I learned, I just became aware of the fact that there were moms who could not afford diapers. And I remember making a donation that day, and it just kind of stayed with me because I think as a teacher, you think about, where your students are coming from, and everybody's got a story and everybody's got a different life experience. And it just really hit me hard that there were, so many families who were just struggling to make ends meet and to cover basic needs like diapers. And then when I became a mom, it just got so much more real. And it was just something that I couldn't turn away from. And I kind of did some research and found that there were diaper banks working all over the country. And I just kind of learned, that they were really making an impact, and that Syracuse didn't have one. And I researched even more. I did a survey with all the local human service agencies and asked them about diapers and if they had families coming to them and what they did. And everyone that responded said they had families asking for diapers all the time, but they never had diapers to give unless they were donated. And sometimes they might have a few diapers to give to a family in a size that might have been too big or too small, but they would give them whatever they could, but rarely did they have any to give. So I kind of just knew, I couldn't stop thinking about it, and it was just something that I just felt like I needed to do. And I got some friends who were interested in joining the board. I was actually connected with one of our founding board members through Vera House, a woman named Peggy Liuzzi, who is, a strong advocate for early childhood locally, and she was interested in a solution to this diaper need crisis. And we just kind of started. We started with a diaper drive. It was 4 of us at the time, 4 volunteers, and we just had no idea what we were doing, but we knew we could rally people to make a difference. We felt so strongly about this, and we knew that others would as well. That's kind of how we started. We started with a diaper drive. We collected 23,000 diapers, and then we partnered with 6 local agencies to start distributing diapers. And that's how diaper banks work. They partner with local programs that are already serving families in a variety of ways, and they distribute diapers to those partners, and then the partners distribute the diapers to families through those programs. So families are not only receiving diapers, but they're often receiving food, um, and other resources that are provided by partners. So we work with places like Samaritan Center and Catholic Charities and ACR Health. We work with the county health department. 36 partners currently are served by the Diaper Bank, and we distribute over 150,000 diapers a month. So we're serving about 3,000 babies a month. And it's a critical need. Diapers are really expensive for families. They aren't covered by government assistance. And it really became clear during the pandemic, I think, for a lot of people in the community. You saw even stories on the news about, obviously toilet paper was clearing the shelves, but diapers were also on the news because people couldn't imagine being without this basic need. They had to have diapers. So people were stockpiling diapers because they were afraid to run out. And I think it helped it hit home that there are so many families who can't afford to buy a large box of diapers, who can't afford to buy a small pack of diapers even sometimes, and they're forced to go without. And babies and families really pay the consequence. Moms that experience diaper need are more likely to experience postpartum depression, and not just postpartum, but depression in general. They just have so much anxiety and stress over where they're going to get that next diaper, how they're going to pay for it, how they're going to keep their babies healthy. And it's just a problem that no family should have to face. And it's something that we, as community members, as volunteers, can really help make a difference with. So, it's something I'm really passionate about. It's been 6 years since we started, and I'm still a volunteer. And we have so many volunteers who help us every single month, and we couldn't do it without volunteer work. So this is really important to talk about.
Michaela, I knew what you did, but you sharing it in this way is just like wow. Okay, so 3,000. So you serve 3,000 babies a month?
That's right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. We started when we started in 2016. We partnered with six agencies, and I think we distributed about 6,000 diapers in our first month. Our big community-wide diaper drive that we started with, we collected 23,000 diapers, and we were thrilled. And then, you know, once it got out and that we had these diapers and we were collecting diapers and raising money to buy diapers, the need is so huge. So we just had to keep growing. I mean, it was just the kind of thing where once people learned about it, once potential partners heard that we were distributing diapers, it was just like insane. Like it just that I can't express to you, like it's such an unmet need. Um, and so many of our partners are working to help families in a variety of ways. And there's only so much you can do for a family if they can't meet their baby's basic needs. There's only so much help you can give them, as far as like early intervention and helping. You want to get babies reading, you want to get families, talking and reading and singing and playing with their babies to help them develop during that critical time of their lives where their brains are developing so rapidly. And if a family is struggling with material needs like diapers, there's just no way they can focus on things like that. Um, they interact less with their babies because they're so stressed. They miss out on all of this brain building, bonding that happens in those early months and years. And it's because they are so stressed about basic needs. So when we give families diapers, they just tell us it's a huge stress relief for them because they can pay a bill, they can know that their baby's gonna be clean and not crying through the night because they are in a dirty diaper for too long. It's like a huge weight off. They can use money for transportation. They can use money to buy more food for their families. Um, Diapers are that significant of an expense. They can spend anywhere from $70 to $100 a month on diapers, especially low-income families that can't afford to buy in bulk. They're buying, small packs. And if you're a mom buying diapers, to buy a small pack of diapers, your cost per diaper is going to be so much higher. So it's just not sustainable. Um, and there's so many families who have transportation issues. They don't own cars. They if they're buying diapers, they're buying them at a store that's closest to them, which is typically, a drugstore. And drugstores are not the best place to buy diapers. They're good in a pinch if you need them, but they're not the place where you're going to save money. And that's what families are forced to do. And sometimes they just don't have any money to spend on diapers. And that's just, how many diapers the baby goes through in a day. So
That is that
it's
is
it's
that
a
is
real emergency.
yeah, that is amazing, Michaela. And we're gonna and that is the importance of volunteerism, right?
Hmm.
How in the world would you by yourself be able to support 3,000 babies a month delivering these diapers, right?
Yeah, no, there's just no way. Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
And
So
I mean, we've relied on volunteers from day one, and we're a volunteer board. We're a volunteer run organization. We just got grant money last year in 2020 to hire our first part-time program manager. And, that's at this point, we're distributing 2 million diapers a year. Last in 2020, we distributed 2 million diapers.
oh wow. And
And
this
there's
is all
diaper banks
here.
in Syracuse, in central New York.
Oh
But
wow.
there are diaper banks all over the country that are, distributing lots of diapers. And we're definitely one of the bigger ones. And we are volunteer powered. So we really, are so grateful. Ah, sorry.
Yeah, the volunteers are amazing. And one last question before we introduce our next guest is if people want to volunteer, not to volunteer, but to donate, right? Or if a family needs diapers, what is the process about it? Actually, let's take it from if a family needs diapers, what is that process like?
So if a family needs diapers, we we have a list of partner agencies on our website that are open on an emergency need basis. So if families go to our website, they can go to I need diapers now, and there's a list that pops up that they can open up, and there's contact information for each of the agencies. Their hours are listed, and they can contact them and find out the best way for them to get diapers. We also tell families to call 211 and ask for Help Me Grow. Help Me Grow is a partner of ours, and they are really, really good at connecting families with the closest partner. And worst case scenario, Help Me Grow will try to get them diapers if they're not able to connect with a partner. But Help Me Grow can connect them with a variety of resources, not just diapers. So we encourage families to reach out to them because they provide a critical resource in this community for families with young children. But there is always help available. We typically do not serve families directly. We get a lot of families who reach out to us directly, but we typically refer them to a partner because we're volunteer run. We're not open all the time. We distribute diapers to partners. Once a month, we do a drive up distribution at the Diaper Bank. We started that because of the pandemic to reach more families. So that happens once a month. but we don't distribute diapers direct to families on a daily basis. So they go to a partner.
Okay. All right. So we will show that later on the website as well, how they can do it. But this is Michela. This is amazing. We're gonna talk after so that we can see what we can do, because I was aware of it. I've seen all the awards that your organization gets because of the need that it is providing here is in Central New York, but hearing it from you just like this is a little bit more. It hit home a little bit more, especially those statistics. So you're doing a great job. You and your volunteers are
Thank
doing a
you.
great job. Thank you
Thanks.
so much, for
Thank you.
real.
Thank
Yes.
you.
So now, without further ado, I will introduce you to our next guest. She is also a volunteer, and she was a director of a child care center, and I will let her tell you more about that. Her name, Lisa Gates. Lisa, hello. I cannot hear you, my love. No, the technical difficulties are happening during retrograde is something. So so I can hear you now. So there you are. So Lisa, welcome to the show. Okay, so you went back again. You went back to mute again. So here's how we're going to do it. We're going to try this. I'm going to introduce our next guest and you come back on. Yes? Okay. So our next guest is Mollie Steere. Hi, Mollie Steere. Did
Hello.
I do it right?
Hi. You did.
Mollie,
And you
hi.
can hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you. The retrograde dragons didn't hit your house yet.
Get me.
All
Okay.
right. So, how about you introduce yourself to our audience, please?
Yeah, of course. I'm Molly. I'm a stay-at-home mom. So I do a bunch of different things. I want to just give you a little bit of background before I tell you kind of more about what I'm doing now and some of the ways that I'm trying to add to my community and build my community up. So I have a bachelor's of fine art. I went to school for photography, and then once I moved to Syracuse with my husband, I got a master's degree in biblical counseling and mental health counseling. And so now that is something that I really focus on, both in photography and kind of building people up around me. That's something that I really love to do. That's something that I really enjoy doing. So I spend a lot of time really in my church and um, just investing into the people in my church, particularly the women in my church. Um, Last year we spent a lot of time investing in the youth in our church and the kids, volunteering in the nursery and the kids ministry, and, investing in the next generation. And with the youth group. And this year I've kind of switched focus a little bit and I'm focusing more in the women's ministry. We've just started up a whole new women's ministry group. And so we're doing things like craft days and having dinners. We're helping women who are in need in our community. We're partnering with Sleep in Heavenly Peace, which is a organization which is countrywide, but there's a chapter here in Syracuse. And Sleep in Heavenly Peace helps provide beds to kids across the region who don't have beds to sleep on. And they build beds and they distribute them throughout the region. And build them in the people's houses, our apartments, or what have you. So my husband particularly does that and works with them, but our women's ministry team is focusing more on that area as well. And we also throw breakfast every month for the moms and for the women in our church, so that they just have somewhere to come to relax, leave the kids at home, and just come and just decompress and enjoy one another and just take a load off. It's there's there can be such a stigma against being a stay-at-home mom, and it is so much work, and it is so hard, and it can be so isolating in so many ways. So it's really, really important for us to be able to come together and to support one another and to just love on each other. Um, and just women in general, we just need to be better at loving on each other and supporting each other and building each other up. Empowered women empower women, and I'm all about that. And so one of the things that I love to do, again, in my photography, um, I this month, this whole fall season, I've been trying to offer pay what you can boudoir and glamour sessions for women. It's been such a hard year. I think we can all agree these last years, these last 2 years, like it's been stressful. It's been hard. We have gone through things. I know for me personally, like this year has just, it's beaten me up. We've had a lot of things happen in our family and my personal life, and it's been tough, and that can wear you down. And I believe that every woman is just inherently valuable and worthy, and um, should feel beautiful, and just so full of that. Just I don't know. Just is so worth it. It's so
It
worth
is.
the time that I can give her to feel beautiful for a couple of hours and to have these photos.
Hmm.
So that's something that I'm doing this fall, is to offer these sessions for anybody who any woman who wants them. Just
Yeah.
take a couple of hours, hair, makeup, gowns, go out somewhere pretty, take some pretty pictures, and then give her these photos and just make her feel so good about herself. And it's such an encouraging and uplifting thing. And I think we just need more of that right now.
For sure.
So
For
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah. Molly, everything you're doing is great. Congratulations to you as well, because that is definitely an impact on the community. And just like Michaela, it's a purpose, right? It's just how we feel, and that's our calling. And we feel like and you could see in Michaela's demeanor and everything that's her thing, that's her passion. She feels fulfilled when she's doing that, and then I can see the same on your end for doing that. And I'm so proud of this panel, you guys. I'm so proud of this panel. So Molly, we'll be right back with you. Now I will see if our next guest, our Lisa Gates, is here with us. Lisa. Oh my gosh, Lisa, they don't want you. They don't want you. You know what we're going to do, Lisa? This is what we're going to do. Let's try this. Let's try this. I'm going to switch back to Michaela so that we can cover a couple of things. And then you're going to come back up, but don't mute yourself, okay? Just come back in, unmute it. Yes? Okay. So, Michaela, here. Okay, so what I was saying about, you can confirm this, right? This is, you saw a show. And you're like, okay, yeah, I'll make some donations. But sometimes our time might be more valuable than a monetary donation in some cases. What do you say about that? You're still muted.
Sorry, thank you. um, yes, absolutely. I mean, we encourage people to give time, dollars. I mean, whatever they feel is the best way for themselves to contribute. There are so many community members, so many volunteers that we have who feel as strongly about the impact of giving diapers as I do. I mean, we have volunteers who come in every single week, and they love getting the diapers ready to go out because they know that those diapers are going to make such a huge difference for the families that receive them. And, we have people that come in, as a family. We have people that come in. We have lots of volunteers sometimes from SU who come in together. We have groups who come in from offices and they volunteer together. And what we do, in case people are wondering, we use volunteers to actually package diapers for distribution. So, we buy diapers, they come in boxes and on pallets, and in order to get them out equitably, we distribute 50 diapers per child per month. So we package them into bundles of 25, and every family receives 2 packs per child. So, and we receive diaper donations of loose diapers. We take leftover diapers. If a child has grown out of them and a family wants to donate the leftovers, we take them. So we get lots of loose diapers as well as brand new packages of diapers, but all of those diapers get repackaged. So our volunteers come in every week, repackage the diapers, put them on shelves, and then often they're packing orders for our partners who order them. We have orders going out every week. So the volunteers are essential for making all of that happen. I remember in the early days when it was, we were just starting out, and it was so hard. It was hard to get the word out. We knew there were people who wanted to help, but when you're starting out, it's hard to make people aware, and it's hard to get people engaged. And I can remember, just packing diapers, repackaging diapers, packing orders. I'd have my toddler with me. She'd learned how to package diapers. Like it was crazy, and it makes such a huge difference when you have people. I want our volunteers to know the huge difference that they make and the impact that they make. And I know that they do know that, because that's what keeps them coming back. They just feel so good about what they're doing. They actually have fun when they volunteer. Before the pandemic, we had a lot of open sessions every week where people could just sign up and come in, and they would meet new people and make new connections, and new friendships are made. Honestly, like one of my favorite things about starting the Diaper Bank has just been the people that I've met and the people that I've become connected with in so many different ways, whether it be the people that I work with at the various partner agencies all over Syracuse, or just the volunteers that I see on a regular basis who just become true friends. And, when you volunteer with an organization that you feel passionately about and that you believe in so strongly, you're connected with people who feel the same way. And, that's just really powerful. The world is a tough place, and there's a lot of negativity. There's a lot, that needs fixing, and a lot of change that needs to be made. But when you're together with people and you're putting your energy toward a common goal that you believe in so strongly, and that makes a difference for local people who are struggling, you feel really good. So I think, again,
Yes.
that's why our volunteers are awesome, and I just love them. So,
Aw, that is great. That is
yeah.
so great, Michaela. I'm gonna bring the panel and see if I'm gonna bring the panel as get Lisa here. Let's see if we can get her speaking. I don't hear a peep from you, so I don't. You're still muted, my baby. You're still muted. So listen,
No.
you have to. I'm gonna stay here on this panel. So when you come back in, just don't mute yourself. Like check if when you're coming in, it is automatically muted for you, so that you can unmute before you click join. Okay. All right. Okay. So we're gonna stay right here. So we're back. We stay right here. So Molly, we can include you. So Molly, you can unmute yourself if you're muted, and you can come and join this conversation, because it sounds also for you that you found your purpose in volunteering and the benefits that it brings into your life. You seeing the moms enjoying themselves, from being at home, taking care of their children, and you give them a space, a safe space for the child to be able to do, enjoy a night out, or if they come into the church, that they know that their children are taken care of, so that they can enjoy some grown-up time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I always, you know, coming from this kind of mental health background, I always think that it's volunteering is one of the best things that you can do for yourself too. If you're really struggling and you're really feeling like down and depressed, I think that going out and giving of yourself and giving to other people and giving of your time is was one of the best things that you can do to really, it helps other people, it encourages them, it pours into them, but it also pours into yourself as well. And that's
Mm-hmm.
something that's just so amazing about volunteering. And when people tell me that they're really struggling, it's one of the first things that I suggest is, well, what do you love? Do you love animals? Do you love people? Do you love um, are you really interested in like firefighting? Like, what do you love, and can you go find that purpose somewhere? Are you really passionate about kids? Can you go find
Mm-hmm.
somewhere that you can pour into? Because it's gonna bless you, and it's gonna bless others, and it's gonna bless your whole community and build everybody up.
Mm-hmm. For sure. For that is so because I mean mental health, and if you were able to, just like Michaela mentioned, to bond with like-minded people, people who share your passion, you're gonna feel like you belong to a community, which is what we're doing. We're building our community up. So you're like, yes, you're gonna go, you can have a day or however, and you go and you meet with those like-minded individuals who share your purpose, you're gonna automatically get lifted. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. So yeah, so Michaela, anything else you want to share regarding, the benefits, what you see on your volunteers when they come in? You just mentioned you love them, and they enjoy, coming and volunteering for Diaper Bank of CNY. But any other things that they have shared with you, or that you have noticed that have made an impact on yourself or on your volunteers?
Well, we have, like I said, we have a lot of regular volunteers, retired people, stay-home moms, and a lot of them come in, they schedule themselves weekly, and they come in every week at the same time. And they like having something on their schedule that they know they're going to do. They give a couple of hours at a time, and it feels good, and they like doing it, and they like being in the routine, so that sometimes it's harder, I think, if you're trying to like fit something in on a one-off basis, or like it's nice when it becomes part of your life in a way where you have something to do every week. And there are, not just the Diaper Bank, but there are so many organizations that need volunteers in that way. And we really appreciate it. Always makes me feel good. I get a little, message when someone books a volunteer session, or if I always feel good when I see a repeat volunteer, just as good as I feel when I see a new volunteer, because I love it when they come back, because I just
Yes.
know that then they're committed, they enjoy it, they know they're making a difference, and it just feels good, like, to know that there are other people, who feel as strongly as we do at the Diaper Bank. So
Yes.
we just love, we love it when people decide to keep coming back. And I think it really makes a difference for the volunteers themselves when they keep coming back.
It's a great cause. I mean, who doesn't it's like, not to compare it, but kind of like the same feeling of helping babies is helping puppies, right? I mean, who's not gonna want it,
Yeah, and I always say these babies are the future. They are the future of Syracuse. They are the future of our community. And if we don't take care of our babies in our community, then where are we? Like, what does our future hold? If we have this many families who are struggling to make ends meet, and we know the lifelong impacts of that on those babies. So I just feel really strongly that this is an area where it's really easy to make a difference, and it's something that we shouldn't turn away from, that we should just try to tackle it and get ahead of it and make an impact.
Yeah, for sure. And it is, I'm trying to help Lisa come back in.
Sorry, I
But
don't know what's happening. That's crazy.
right? Like I'm telling you, I don't know if you Molly, you nodded your head, and I think you did also as well, Michaela, about retrograde. Retrograde is a real thing. You guys, I don't know if you guys, your viewers, you're under, you go for this and believe in this, but retrograde is playing big time with Lisa. It's just playing right now because she's trying to come in and it still says that she's muted, but she's saying she's not muted. So we're trying to figure that out. So let's go back. So let's go back to you, Molly. So how,
Struggle.
right. And then, so Molly, for you, being, you did mental health and you have a background in mental health, and how does it feel for you to be able to offer that service or use that skill, right, in your volunteerism with the children and the parents and understanding, being sympathetic to what they're going to? How does that make you feel?
It's really encouraging. I it was a hard road to get to getting a degree, and I never got a chance to work in the field. I got my degree in the mail the day that I had my baby shower. And then, like 4 months after my son was born, we had a pandemic, and I decided I wasn't going to go back to work. I'd kind of already knew that I wasn't going to go back to work, and that kind of was like the hammer on the nail for me. I was like, nope, I am, this is it. I'm really, really not going to go back to work now. Me and my husband both grew up with stay-at-home moms, so it was kind of already on the horizon for us. But it was, I really wanted to use that mental health counseling, and be able to put this to use. So being able to, even in small ways, be able to use this to support my community, and it's, it is encouraging, and it's something that I really love doing, and I'm just so glad that I have this background, and then I can support people in that, because it's it's so important, and it's important to be able to build people up, um, and it's something that I'm passionate about. So yeah, it's encouraging.
Yeah, and how do you, and I'm opening posting this question for either one of you. How do you find your purpose? For example, for someone who's like, I do want to volunteer. I want to volunteer. When I do this, how do they find their purpose? Like what would you suggest they do? I have a thought, but I want to hear from you, ladies.
Yeah.
Michaela?
Um, yeah, I think, like you were saying before, if it's, you know, if you're a mom and you feel strongly that all babies, should have what they need to thrive, then the diaper bank is a great fit. But there's a lot of organizations that, work with animals, and, there's Meals on Wheels, where you can deliver, meals for the elderly, the homebound. There are so many different ways to volunteer. I was a Girl Scout troop leader for years, and
Okay.
a club leader at school, and a lot of us volunteer at school, um, and I don't know, I think you just try things and you see
Yeah.
what feels good, and what fits into your schedule, and you know I think we should all ask ourselves too, like, where can we real if you want to volunteer, and if it's not something you're doing now, ask yourself what you can dedicate, how much time you're willing to give, and then kind of go from there, and start and see how you feel
Yeah.
about it. And then, if you feel good about it and it's fun and you want to do it again, then do it again. And, there's no pressure, but if it's something you feel like you really want to do, then just try something and see how it works out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Molly?
Find the thing where there's a need. Find the thing that you love. Like if you love gardening, start a community garden. Like find the need, find the thing you like, and go for it. And find organizations and and other people who like the same things you do. And there's plenty out there. There's so much. Anything that you could be passionate about, there's other people who are passionate about it, and there's people who need help in one way or another, or animals that need help. There's a way to participate in that and to give up yourself.
Yes, yes, for sure. I mean, look at what Michaela did, right? And look at what you're doing also, Molly, right? Michaela heard that this is okay, now I'm staying at home, but that was still there. Why? Because her belief is I don't want parents to be worried about this. I want parents to be concentrating on loving their babies, on building a marriage, right? To being together and raising their child with a great foundation, not necessarily where am I going to get the diapers from, and oh my gosh, he's crying, or they're crying at night and I'm all stressed out and I have to go to work and work doesn't pay me enough to buy diapers, so what am I going to do? So those are the worries that a parent should not have, right? So then Michaela, that was you, right? And you just went for it. You just completely amazing.
When you can't turn away from something, when you can't get it out of your head and you just feel like you just have to do something, that's usually I think a good sign that
right,
that you should do something.
Yeah. And look at that now, 6 years later, 3,000 babies a month, a need that wasn't that was there, but it wasn't being fulfilled. And now this is, Michaela, this is great. Good for you. All right. So, my Lisa's there. Lisa, I'm going to keep you there even if you're a mute. Listen, I'm going to keep you there even if you're a mute. Did you try calling in from your phone? What is going on? Oh, my poor Lisa. I'm going to keep you there. Lisa, you can send me text messages and I'll send it. But Lisa was mentioning to say that non-for-profit organizations thrive on the volunteerism. That's what they do, right? So Lisa was mentioning that before and how she enjoys volunteering for David's Refuge. She enjoys all of it. And just like you just mentioned, Michaela, it finds when you have something and you like doing it, you will come back and you will come back. Right. And that's how what happens to Lisa. She just like, oh my gosh, yes. And that is something that fulfills her and that keeps her wanting to go back. And another other benefit to volunteerism is also, I had a friend who volunteered like Molly at her church, and she was a stay-at-home mom. And then after a little while, she got, I want to say it was probably 2 years into her volunteering for the church, and this lady offered her a position because she was going to retire. So this position, my ladies, is a high position, high profile position that she got because she was volunteering and they saw how dedicated she was being a volunteer. Right? So she got this position for that. And then fast forward 3 years after she got offered this job and she accepted that she was able to work part-time and still be with her family, she now went full-time with the same employer on an even higher profile position. So, and it all started with volunteering. So the not only is it good for the community, for yourself mentally, as Molly mentioned, but also the opportunities that it brings that you don't even know are amazing.
Yeah, and I also that's another thing. Like if you have skills to share, we obviously use a lot of volunteers to package diapers, but we run very, we don't have any overhead because we have so many volunteers. Our overhead is minimal. And we want it that way so we can focus all of our dollars on buying diapers because we have to constantly buy diapers to keep up with our distribution. And if you're a volunteer with skills, offer it up, reach out to an organization that you want to work with because every organization, every nonprofit needs help in a variety of ways. And if anyone, told me that they wanted to help us write some grants, or if they wanted to help us with our Instagram or anything like that, I would be like, yes, please, because we can't afford to hire help, but we love when people step up and want to help in, giving their time in any way that they can and with any skills that they have. So don't be afraid to offer it up, even if you don't see the opportunity. Offer it to an organization. Offer your skills. Offer yourself, and I'm sure that they will love it.
That is great. That, you know what? It's great that you mentioned that, Michaela, because we would be thinking, oh, it's just, the diaper aspect of it and packaging and delivery and all the stuff. But you just mentioned, no, social media. I might need help in social media. I might need help
Yeah.
letting people know that I am here, that the CNY Diaper Bank is here. So that is great. And not only is that great for the organization, but for the individual who is still using their skills, right? So, for example, a
Yes.
stay-at-home mom, she can still be using her skills, and she can use that as an experience, and even perhaps she can get a letter of recommendation when she decides to go back to work, if that's what she wants to do. So the
Right.
benefits are amazing, amazing. And so Lisa just sent a text, and I'm gonna speak for her. Oh, she's so inspired by these two women sharing a passion and gratitude for community. I think it is important to get your kids involved at a young age too. Agreed. Agreed. Michaela, you did, right?
Yeah, and we welcome kids all the time. Before the pandemic, we had Girl Scout troops in, and Boy Scout troops, high school students, National Honor Society students, sports teams, lots of different ages, all ages, as a matter of fact, who volunteer with us, and it's something that little kids can help with. But yeah, I mean, and another way that people can volunteer is by, doing a diaper drive for us, or doing a lot of organizations have specific needs, material items that they need, whether it be like Ronald McDonald House or Catholic Charities. They all have goods that they need to keep things running and to distribute to families. And that's another way to volunteer your time, is to organize a drive for those material items. So that's another, approach to volunteering, where you don't actually necessarily have to go someplace and volunteer, but you can, volunteer your time to organize your neighborhood or your office or your kid's school to collect items that are needed.
Yes, that's great. Molly, any thoughts?
Um, Sorry, I was listening. My son just woke up, so I was listening to him a little bit
You're
too.
like listening for your son.
I know the mom brain turned on for a minute.
I have thoughts from Lisa that I can go for. So she mentions that non-for-profit are the foundation of our communities, and they thrive with volunteerism. It is such a ripple effect, one act of volunteering.
Yes.
Lisa, I just wish I think we're gonna have to have part two to get your thoughts in like fully, because because definitely this was so great, the information that all of you provided, in the passion which you volunteer is the reason why this panel is so amazing, and we should definitely get together and plan something, because this will be so great. So Molly, you said that you mentioned that you work with Sleep in Heavenly Peace, right? And that's children. And then Michaela, your diaper, and then Lisa, your David's Refuge. And I am involved in anything that has to do with children. I love it. Offer my services in teaching, high school students how to use their skills for photography. I'm also trying to work on how to teach them to do live streaming, so they can do things like this, so they can produce like shows like this in their community in whichever way they want to do it, so their voice can be heard if they have a message to share, and they can share beautifully and be creative. So I can teach them how to do everything like I showed you in this show to them going forward. And I want to do it for the children who do not get that, or the young adults who do not get that at school. So I'm working on trying to get that started, and that's something that I'm super passionate about. So it's definitely going to happen.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So, okay. So, Michela, how about we go to your website so that we can talk about how you can share how, if they would like to donate and volunteer, how to do it. So, here we go.
Yes. So we have a link where you can actually schedule a time to come in and help. We have some open sessions, I think on Saturdays. I think we might have a weekday session now, but you can click on it, put your name in, you can see the times available.
Where would you like me to click?
I'm sorry, just scroll down.
Oh, there's
Scroll
baby
down
boy.
and you'll see help us wrap diapers.
Okay.
Help us wrap diapers. If you click on that link, that will bring you to a place where you can schedule a session.
Okay, so we got an error on that one. So let's go let's go to plan an event. Okay, so we go to, if you would like to plan an event.
This you know what, I guess I need to update some of these links, but we have I don't know what's going on, why you can't click on the volunteer link, but
let's go to volunteer. Yeah,
it should be there, but I don't know why it's not working. I'm sorry. I don't know what
it's
happened.
Fine. So wait, let me click on it, because maybe it did something. Okay, so it's taking a little time to go back in there.
Not working. But you can also reach right out to that email address, volunteer@cnydiaperbank.org. And if you reach out to that email address, we'll send you a link. And I'll update it right after this show so that link is working. I'm not sure what happened.
Okay.
Because we do have, it links to an outside scheduling app.
Oh,
so I'm not sure what's going on with that right now.
All right. Let me go back to
Oh, there it is. That was it.
Okay, so it's let me go. Let me go back to Molly, just in case Molly has to, because baby boy woke up, and he woke up right on time. You did say that he was gonna wake up at 2. Hi. We're over here talking about. There we go. Look at him.
Say hi, baby. Say hi, Oliver.
All right, he's gone. All right, Molly, thank you so much. It's okay if you have to go. We will stay here just wrapping up. So if you have to go with him, you can. Or if you have some last minute thoughts to share, you can do this at this time.
Yeah, I can just hang out till we're done and put myself on mute in case he yells.
Okay.
Unless he carries me off and participate till the end and share. But yeah, as far as volunteering goes, I just I know it's really hard, especially when you have littles. I think it's really hard to get out and to do it and get the thing done, and it's hard to find the time, and it's hard to find the energy and the motivation. This kid woke up 3 times in the night last night, and it's hard. It's hard to go out and do anything the next day, and to find the time to do it. But it's just so encouraging for you, and it's so encouraging for others, and it's such. Yes, you can't have my headphones. I'm wearing them. It's such a good thing to do, and I think if you can do it, do it. If you can get past all the reasons why you don't want to do it and all the reasons not to do it. All you'll see are reasons to do it. And it's just a really, important part of being part of the community. And being part of community is great. We were, made to be part of the community. We're communal people. Um, it's what we all long for. It's what we all want, is to be part of something more than us and bigger than us. Be part of a family and be part of the community. So volunteering is a great way to do that.
Yes, Molly. All right. That was great. It is true. And we're gonna need to push past all of the things that get thrown at us, because it's, if it's something that we enjoy, and we should do it. So all right, so let's go back to the website. Here we go. So we got it.
There it is. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's simple. It's simple to sign up.
Okay, look, it is very simple. So you just go here, you choose an appointment date,
Yeah,
then you enter your
click on a
information.
date. Yep,
Okay.
that's it. That's it. And you'll get an email confirmation. And like I said, any questions at all, you can reach out to that email address, volunteer@cnydiaperbank.org.
Great. And then also, if we wanted to go, because it did take us to a different page, like you said. So if they wanted to donate, where would we go?
Under Take Action, we
Okay.
have information about donating dollars, diapers, doing diaper drives. A lot of people ask about donating diapers. We do have drop-off locations around the community at several of the libraries, and also at Once Upon a Child on Bridge Street in DeWitt. We also have that purple donation bin right outside of our office door in Liverpool. And obviously that allows you to drop off diapers anytime. And we don't just take disposable diapers, we take cloth diapers. We actually have a cloth diaper program. And I should also mention that if there's any cloth diapering parents listening in, we are always in need of volunteers to help with cloth diaper inventory and things like that. And also parents that might be willing to help new parents who want to cloth diaper. So we are always looking for volunteers in that area. And I know there are a lot of cloth diapering families out there. But we do take adult incontinence products as well.
Okay.
Any baby goods. We don't take like big things like cribs and pack and plays and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But smaller items we take and we pass those on to partners.
Okay, this is big. I love it. Good job, Michela. Good job, Michela. And Molly over there and Lisa. Ladies were great. You were great. Lisa, we're gonna owe you to how to find your purpose in volunteering. How about you talk about that, because you found your purpose volunteering. You worked for 30 years as a child care director in Skinny Atlas, and then after that you found an organization that you are now volunteering for, which you love. So I want us to talk about it. Probably we will do it because you definitely have some great things to say, and also very inspirational, just like Michela and Molly's. But we will get that going. But speaking of things that are coming up, I have coming up for you. Speaking of moms needing assistance and children, we have Jennifer Natler for next week, and she is an EFT practitioner, and she helps teenagers in support groups and with art therapy who are dealing with or having a hard time dealing with everything that society is throwing at them, and in this new normal that we're all trying to get used to. And it does a phenomenal job. So she's going to be here with us next week at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be live streaming into LinkedIn, YouTube, and here on Facebook as well. So you guys, if you have any questions regarding this broadcast, or if you would like to be a guest on the show, you can send me an email at OfficiallyUnofficialtv@gmail.com. Also, if you are enjoying and you would like to support my channel, you can go to Buy Me a Coffee at buymeacoffee.com/Anna Gill and show your support that way. So thank you so much for being here. And I'm going back to my panel now to say thank you and any last words that you would like to share before we end this amazing episode.
Thank you for having this conversation, Anna. It was great to be a part of. And thanks, Molly, and thank you, Lisa. Sorry that the audio didn't work.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, thank you so much for having us.
Yes, you are so welcome. So we will see you around in the community. Okay, so thank you so much for being here, everybody. My name is Anna Hill. Thank you so much for watching, and you're watching Officially Unofficial TV.